Forza Horizon 5 came out very recently, and of course Sony ponies are already in tears over how well the game is being received by gaming sites like IGN, who gave it a 10 out of 10, and most other gaming sites have been giving it similar scores like 5 out of 5s and 9s out of 10s. I doubt anyone with half a functioning brain thought this game was going to be bad, but as per usual, PlayStation fanboys are angry that Xbox for once is putting out good games like they did for Psychonauts 2. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that Sony ponies will do anything but admit to reality, no matter what. Why people simply can't accept when games are good is baffling to me. Even though I don't like most PlayStation exclusives, I can acknowledge the fact that they are objectively good in most cases. I mean, the graphics for Forza Horizon 5 are out of this world, and the optimization is also pretty damn good from what I can tell. I have literally zero complaints about this game so far, and luckily there is some light at the end of this tunnel of idiocy, because certain PlayStation fans have actually been blown away by the graphics of Forza Horizon 5.
This don't make no doggone sense, bro. Look at the level of detail. Look at that. Are y'all seeing the level of detail? Are y'all seeing this? Oh my God. Oh Jesus, this don't make no sense, bro. Look at this. Look how real that looks. Are y'all seeing this?
Unfortunately, that was obviously not the reaction from a large amount of PlayStation fanboys, because God forbid they could ever admit that Xbox did something right. Gran Turismo 7 will be better like it always does. I mean, we've seen Gran Turismo 7, and I can tell you right now that game looks dog shit in comparison. And I mean really bad in comparison to Forza Horizon 5. I mean, in all honesty, Gran Turismo hasn't exactly been good since at the latest early PS3 era. And Gran Turismo 7 for sure does not look like an exception to this. I mean, just look at the trailers for the game. They literally had to use non-gameplay footage to show off ray tracing because they were too lazy to implement it into gameplay. And that's not even an open world racing game like Forza Horizon 5. The game looks bad, especially when you compare it to Forza Horizon 5. That doesn't mean a multiplayer lobby won't be filled with wreckers and smashers. Don't forget they only review the single player aspects. Forza Horizon games are not serious racing games. Why the fuck are you looking to them to get a serious racing game? It's like asking Deadpool to be serious. It just doesn't make sense. Of course there are going to be wreckers and smashers in the game. I'm not gonna lie, that's most of the fun I get out of Forza Horizon games. Also, the multiplayer aspects of a Forza game are not very different to the single player aspects. So why they are trying to use the fact reviewers have only talked about the single player is once again completely mind-boggling. And no matter what multiplayer game you play, you're gonna get dickheads like me in them. It's not an issue specific to Forza, and it's really not an issue with the game, to be honest. Although as per usual in a Sony Pony video, I'm once again having to remind myself to expect the bare minimum level of thought from these people. 0 Game of the Year awards. It is amazing to me that people still give a shit about Game of the Year awards when the self-proclaimed critics they use for the Game Awards clearly don't know what makes a good video game, and they prove that year after year. I mean, goddamn, after the amount of awards The Last of Us 2 received, I have no idea how anyone can take them seriously now. Also, if the game receives 0 GOTY awards, then that honestly says more about the Game Awards event than the actual game itself. This game is definitely deserving of some Game of the Year awards. Forza Horizon 5 is the best game Xbox has to offer, ... Right now I'd personally say yeah it is, and I don't quite know how someone can think that is a bad thing. I mean, clearly people like car games, and clearly there's a massive market for it, because the game is topping Steam charts right now, even though it's on Game Pass at the same time. I rarely buy games that are on Game Pass, but for Forza Horizon 5 I personally made an exception and bought the premium edition, which I can confidently say I did not waste a single penny on. But either way, if you think the best game Xbox has to offer is Forza Horizon 5, then that's a pretty high bar it's set, since games like Psychonauts 2 just came out, and I can guarantee you that Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be great, because when I played the flight for that it was insanely good. Forza Horizon 5 being the best Xbox has to offer is not even a half decent jab at the company. It's a bragging right of Microsoft, especially when Sony's racing games haven't been on par for years. But too many are not mentioning the disgusting monetizations. I absolutely knew that we're not just getting the full $60 games for free on Game Pass. What? Every Forza game has had similar monetization, and this game is no different to any other in the series. Of course you wouldn't get the DLCs included in Game Pass. I don't think a single game game does that. However, you will more than likely get discounts on those DLCs in the future, and how people are still misreading what Sony's and Microsoft's advertisements say, I do not know. You get the game for free with Game Pass. You don't get its DLCs with it. Those are a separate purchase, and that's how it's always been. You are getting the full $60 game on Game Pass. You, however, are not getting the game's DLCs, because those are not included in the game and need to be purchased separately, just like how it is for literally every other game on the service. So why this guy is so pissed off about this, I really do not understand. Meh, Forza Horizon 4 was pretty far from believable, and I could afford the best cars a few hours in. Why bother with this one? Looks like they just changed the map. Why is this man looking for realism in a Forza Horizon game? That's quite literally never been the point of these games. In fact, it's been the polar opposite. The whole point of Horizon games is that they are open world racing games where they're just stupid fun and not realistic. How the hell did this guy look at Forza Horizon 4 and get shocked that it wasn't realistic? It has fucking Lego car DLC. Also, the game isn't just Forza Horizon 4 with a new map. There's a new festival system, extreme weather, insanely improved graphics, and obviously more cars as well. Although looking at the replies to that tweet, I sure as hell shouldn't be expecting any intelligent comments. They just seem to be your typical FPS fanboy. Horizon Forbidden West looks better. Ghost of Tsushima looks leagues better. God of War 2018 looks better. Even Forbidden West doesn't remotely look as good as Forza Horizon 5 in my opinion. And God of War 2018 plus Ghost of Tsushima absolutely do not come close to matching this game's graphics. The amount of copium these motherfuckers are consuming is well past the point of concerning. I have no idea how these people haven't died of an overdose from the amount of copium they produce on a daily basis. But I won't lie, I'm thoroughly enjoying extracting all of the salt these ponies are producing. They quite literally could have made my job easier if they tried. These aren't in-game, they are an engine which isn't the same, and none of these are representative of the final product. Well, that is certainly embarrassing. My man couldn't even read the words all in-game 4K footage. And while everybody who's playing the game for the past day or so can all tell you this is how the game looks. It looks amazing, as it should. Playground games almost never disappoint, and I'm frankly now hyped to see what they do with Fable solely thanks to how good Forza Horizon 5 has turned out in both gameplay and its visuals. He's using in-engine screenshots, laugh out loud. They really are all just broken records repeating the same nonsense over and over again in a desperate attempt to convince people that anything Xbox must be bad. The fact they can't even read blatantly legible writing on still images is a whole new level of intelligence. Truly, these Sony ponies are the peak of the human race, and it's undeniable that evolution at the moment is taking us in the right direction. Too bad it's a racing game. When Gran Turismo 7 comes out, I expect you to
keep that same energy.
Because if Forza Horizon 5 doesn't count because it's a racing game, then neither does Gran Turismo 7. And I can guarantee that guy won't keep the same energy when it comes to a PlayStation exclusive racing game. Xbox fans are wilding like it didn't take them an entire year to get an actual exclusive. I am happy for them, but they are acting wild like PS hasn't gotten consistently great titles this past year. That's the thing though. PlayStation hasn't got consistently great titles this year. Returnal was a dumpster fire and a buggy mess when it launched, and still is to this day not a good game. Xbox on the other hand has been releasing games like Psychonauts 2, not an exclusive but still an Xbox studio game, and now they're releasing games like Forza Horizon 5 and soon Halo Infinite, which is looking incredibly good. The only PlayStation exclusive that came out this year which is half decent was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, but even when it comes to that game it's disgustingly overpriced and incredibly short. And let's not pretend like PlayStation fanboys haven't consistently said shit like quality over quantity before. Game looks worse than the last one and paid for review for sure. You've got to love how anytime an Xbox game gets good reviews, PlayStation fanboys jump in and instantly accuse gaming sites of being paid off reviewers. But other than that, I don't even know what else to say in response to this tweet. Simply thanks to how utterly moronic what they said was. Forza Horizon 5 is undeniably a huge improvement over Horizon 4. It quite literally shouldn't be possible to be able to look at the two games and think that 4 looks better, no matter how much copium you've been consuming. Now at this point in my video, I'm usually on the verge of ODing myself. Due to the high levels of Sony Pony Salt, I test for the videos, and this video is no different. Meaning that we have finally come to the end of this video because my ass is just about the overdose and pony salt. So with all that being said, please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers love to bait you to do, aka check out my Discord server, follow me on Twitter, as well as like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll see you all in the next video.